let's take a look at the AAA exclusive Snyder Cut Justice League Superman pop figure and its Chase variant. Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I talk a lot about movie content and I also review collectibles such as pop figures. So if you like that type of stuff, please consider subscribing. So today we have the Snyder Cut Justice League AAA exclusive Superman pop figure. So let's get into unboxing. There he is, in all of his glory. I've been waiting forever for this pop figure to come out. Not because Entertainment Earth takes forever to ship out anything, but because Henry Cavill's Superman is my favorite on-screen depiction of Superman, and I surprisingly don't have a pop figure of him yet. I never got one for Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, anything like that. And to me, this is the definitive one for Henry Cavill's portrayal, and it might be the last one. Who knows? So starting with our criteria, let's get into the pose. And I would say the pose is alright to pretty good. Any good Superman pop figure starts off with him floating, and that's what you have here. You have him flying, just hovering above the air with that specialty stand that you cannot remove from him, and I think that's really great. I think it's an amazing way to start things off. I think his feet are right because he is just floating there in the air. His cape looks pretty good. You could tell it's just slightly flowing in the wind. It's just his hands, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what he's doing in this pose. He's like, it looks like he's stopping someone from flying or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. Like, I mean, it's as good as your pose is gonna get for just Superman idly just floating there, but I don't know, I feel like it could have been slightly more dynamic. But I think overall it's pretty solid. And the sculpt on his hair is honestly great. You can really tell it's got that little peak to it. And I think that's a really good representation of Henry Cavill's Superman. So overall pose, I would give an 8 out of 10. And for our next criteria, we have accuracy. And I would say this is definitely the level of accuracy that I would expect from a Funko Pop figure. The good thing about Henry Cavill's Superman is that his suit is very minimalistic. The main thing you just have to get right with Henry Cavill's Superman is that logo, and the logo looks great. There's no paint splotches or anything like that. It looks very sharp, it looks very well printed, and for all the other details, I love the little scaling on his suit. It really adds a lot of texture to the suit, something that you can really see when you watch it on screen. Boots look good, belt looks good, his little scales or whatever he has on the side of his body, it's kind of hard to see. That's there, that's really great. Eyebrows, face, looks fine. It's a Funko Pop, what are you gonna do? Cape looks good. Color is very important when you're trying to depict this version of Superman, because obviously Superman is very bright and colorful, but with Zack Snyder's rendition, of course, the colors are very muted, grayed out. So it's really nice that Funko still struck that balance between, you know, not super desaturated, but also not lifeless in the colors. It still pops just enough, but the coloring really just looks right. Now for inaccuracies, I wouldn't really say anything about this figure specifically is inaccurate, but we do need to talk about the box, which is inaccurate. Because the logo on the box for this pop figure depicts the Joss Whedon version of the Justice League logo. Now that's very odd because if you display this in your collection, you know, you can't really put it with your Zack Snyder figures because the logo matches up with all the old pop figures. It even has the lineup of the old pop figures from, what was it, the 2017 movie? So that's definitely an issue. And the only reason that you would be able to tell that this is from the Snyder Cut is if you actually look at the Snyder Cut version of this pop figure, which is just the black and white suit, and you see that that's the Snyder Cut version, and this is just a recolor of it, you know, with the actual colored parts of the suit. So that's really the only other thing I would dock for accuracy. Otherwise, accuracy gets about an 8 out of 10 as well. So I'm sure you're curious about the glow feature on the chase variant of the pop figure, so that will be showing up on screen right now. Hey, so, turns out the glow in the dark on the eyes really does not show up on camera well at all. As you're seeing right now, it is pitch black. You cannot see any hints of red. I put this guy under my phone flashlight for a good minute, and he kind of glowed, sort of. When I put him in the closet, I was like, okay, I can kind of see it. I'm guessing, obviously with glow-in-the-dark stuff, it does better in direct light, probably direct sunlight, because that's very powerful. But either way, I think just what I've experienced in person, this is as good as it's gonna get, to be honest. And it's not strong at all. It's honestly pretty faint. I don't know if I've experienced any pop figures or any products from Funko that really glow super well. Maybe I had this one Tron Mystery Mini and maybe that glowed pretty well. But the eyes on here, it's that matte type of glow in the dark, so you already kind of know it doesn't really glow super well. But, you know, I'm not going to dock it any points for that. Plus, it's the chase variant. Most people won't have this version. So overall, it's just an extra. Plus, it's the red eyes specifically that make it special, not really the glow. So this pop figure's overall rating is 8 out of 10. Yeah, this is a really solid pop figure. And if you want Henry Cavill's Superman depicted as a pop figure, I think this is definitely the way to go. And considering we're so uncertain about the future of Henry Cavill's Superman, this, like I said, could very well be the last pop figure from him. So that's it for my review of the AAA exclusive Zack Snyder Superman pop figure. Please let me know what you think of the comments. Did you pick up this pop figure? Did you get the chase? I would love to know in the comments. And please let me know if you want me to review any other pop figures or movies in the future. But until then, I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Torn to oblivion! I flare red